telling you, Joe, this is a real deal.
I believe you.
This is, you ask, who are they? It's people who are psychically, genetically available to interface in this incredibly diverse universe with all these dimensions above and below and all around us with consciousnesses. And the truth is, no energy is ever destroyed. It all continues on. The truth is, our bodies, this is a fact, are a communal hive organism of all of our ancestors and all of their race memories, but not in just some compressed epigenetic system. It's beyond that. It's an electrochemical antenna, they've proven this, that connects to higher and lower dimensions. So our bodysuit, because our predecessors wouldn't put us in a position without giving us a bodysuit that is them. Our families are loving us. They're holding us. They're wrapped all around us. Their strength, their will, their bad, their good, their sins, the good things they did, the battles they won, the battles they lost, the woman they loved, the man they loved. It's all in us, all these people. It's why we're able to look into so many things and have so many different experiences. And so all the shaman, all the ancient religions, everybody says there are the good ones and there are the bad ones, and people are interfacing. So you say, where does it begin? From the Tibetans to the Mesoamericans to the Egyptians to the Druids to every ancient society describes the same thing. There are bad things that look like elves that have horns when they show you who they really are, and there are good things, but they don't contact you unless you contact them, and then they're almost not even concerned with what you're doing. I never bought into this, looked into it. But then I began to think about, what did I hear when I was a kid? What did I see? What was coming out in government documents? What was being admitted?
Whoa. Deep, fam. There we have it. The great, legendary Alex Jones is back. The Deep State has been officially crushed. The Great Awakening is here, folks. We won. We got it. Elon Musk, absolute rock star, champion of free speech. Guys, we got the Deep State shaking in our boots now. Like, we've done it. Truth has won out. We have succeeded. Or have we? I made some post earlier talking about Alex Jones and how I believe he is controlled opposition. And the second I heard that he was coming on Tucker Carlson today, I realized that they're setting Alex Jones up to be the new hero. And so if you've been following me for any length of time, they always need to create this type of hero savior arc. And I believe Alex Jones is being propped up for that. So why is this a bad thing? Well, it's not at all. So if you believe in free speech, you believe in people's right to express themselves, 100%. We should be celebrating the fact that Alex Jones is back on Twitter and Alex Jones is able to put out what he wants. But is Alex Jones really our friend? Is Alex Jones really owning the Deep State and owning the left? Well, let's see what other people have to say. We got Andrew Tate here. Show respect to Alex Jones for his triumphant return, and show respect to Elon for being a hero. Tell the globalists to get boop today. I'll do exactly that and put all the video on Rumble. Well, Andrew, if you guys don't know, Andrew Tate essentially was running a racketeering, or basically was trapping dozens of women into a form of sex slavery. And now Andrew Tate is now being propped up as the champion of free speech that is enthralling millions of young men to follow, to be the ultimate alpha giga chad, getting your 27 Bugattis and all of that. And well, Andrew Tate has a really good message sometimes. Andrew Tate is not our friend. And we see this trifecta. We have the Tucker Carlson, we have Alex Jones, we have Elon Musk, and we have Andrew Tate, and the other establishment alternative media types who are all celebrating and lauding this as a win for free speech. And it is a win for free speech, guys. But as somebody who has followed Alex Jones for a large period of time, I started to become aware at a very young age that Alex Jones, it's not what he says, it's what he doesn't say. So Alex is always been quite good at uncovering a lot of the broad strokes of what's happening today, but he never really names names. He never really goes all the way. And I remember even when I was like 15 years old listening to him, thinking that the UN was just around the corner, ready to attack and to invade even Canada where I am, because I just was that intense. So the things I don't like about Alex Jones are that he traps people into states of fear. He's very actually ambiguous about the control cycle. He just calls them the globalists, and he puts out a lot of bunk too. So let's get into it a little bit. So some of Alex Jones's videos in the past. So this is one of his first ones, the police state. And I got to give him credit. He actually did really good work in this. So Police State 2000, it's on tv.infowars.com, where he uncovered that there actually were basically programs to get foreign military on American soil. And they were running drills and all of this stuff. You can see there, right? Just military checkpoints with foreign soldiers on American soil. Alex broke this, right? And he did a really good job. And, a lot of that stuff never really truly came to fruition. But yeah, Police State 2000 was really, really good. But, what has he really done since? He has broken some really good stories. Oh, we lost him there. He's broken some really good stories, but at the same time, I just feel that he has controlled opposition all of the way. So let's dig into this. This is actually pretty funny.
Your allegation that government officials are aiding in pedophilia, child trafficking, and the grooming of children, right?
Well, you mean like what Jeffrey Epstein did with the Clintons?
Yeah, I mean, it is great. Alex Jones is so entertaining. Yeah, but again, it just stops at Epstein, right? He'll name Epstein. He might the odd time say, okay, Epstein was a Mossad agent, but he never goes further. He never really names names, right? All of the enemies now are Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab and the globalists. We already know that. Klaus Schwab is propped up in the media. Klaus Schwab is supposed to be the person that we hate, right? He's set up to do that. So I don't really think Alex Jones is going to give us the truth, right? So in the freedom domain, it's called a limited hangout. And so what a limited hangout is, it's a partial hangout is a tactic used in media relations, perception management, politics, and information management. The tactic originated as a technique. No, I'm not going to pay you, Wikipedia. And guys, if you don't know, Wikipedia is basically controlled by intelligence agencies. I think they estimated like 70% of all the editors are like MI5 or something. So, according to Victor Marchietti, a former special assistant to the Deputy Director of Central Intelligence, a limited hangout is spy jargon for a favorite and frequently used gimmick of the clandestine professionals. When their veil of secrecy is shredded and they can no longer rely on a phony cover story to misinform public, they resort to admitting, sometimes even volunteering, some of the truth while still hanging to withhold the key damaging facts in a case. The public, however, is usually so intrigued by the new information that it never thinks to pursue the matter further. used by the CIA and other intelligence organizations. The tactic has become popularized in the corporate and political spheres. Well, doesn't that describe perfectly what we're seeing today? We are experiencing a mass awakening of sorts with respect to a lot of the mainstream truther stuff. People are starting to wake up about COVID, a lot of the foreign wars, a lot of the control systems and power. And so, guys, they probably are getting a little squeamish, the controllers, if you will. So they have to play catch up, and they have to get ahead of this. So how does this work in a general sense? So essentially, they have, it's kind of like 3 waves. So the first wave would be grassroots organizers who have been exposing this stuff for years, who have almost no following. And when they break a spell or a scam in real time, they get banished, censored, deplatformed, ridiculed, thrown through the mud. You know, Owen Benjamin is a classic example of this. You know, he started talking against, you know, the transing of children, and at the time when it was really being pushed in 2017, immediately removed from everything, right? So he is like kind of the first wave, and so those people are often banished. And then usually with a 6-month delay, we'll see, you know, the alt media people come up. And so these are people who don't quite make the Rogan level status, right? But they're fairly well known, you know, in the alternative media. And so they'll start giving you kind of a bit of information, right? A limited hangout. It's usually never as much as what, say, truthers or people who are grassroots activists have uncovered, but it's enough to kind of quell the people online and in person making a lot of these claims, right? And it gives us a sense of relief. It actually is a relief valve, because all of a sudden we feel that we're being heard and validated, at least by somebody with a, you know, somewhat reasonable following. But that's not enough, right? A few months later, eventually it hits the Rogans, you know, in the big boys, right? And Jordan Peterson is another classic example, right? So during COVID, Jordan Peterson was wholly absent. I understand he was going through health issues in Russia. You know, I'm not saying that this is all part of one big conspiracy, but even after Jordan Peterson came back to the stage, he was pretty late to the party, right? And for me, the classic evidence of controlled opposition is always a day late and $1 short. You know, it always feels like that, right? When we see people finally breaking stories that we've known to be true, some of us for years or decades, others for months, you know, it feels really good. It releases that pressure valve of people getting upset and wanting to overthrow. But if you notice, it's always a day late or a month late or a year late, and it's always $1 short, right? And this is what a limited hangout is, folks. And I believe Alex Jones is very much the embodiment of a limited hangout. And to be clear, Alex Jones has done good things. He broke the a Bohemian Grove, where he uncovered the fact that hundreds of our top leaders, well, in America, they're not my leaders, were worshiping stone owls. But was that a limited hangout? Because how Alex Jones got in there was a little up to speculation. There's several people who have uncovered the fact that likely it was intelligence agencies that helped him get in. And also, a lot creepier stuff goes on there than what Alex Jones would like you to admit. And it's now coming out just what a lot of these world leaders are up to. And let's be real, Alex Jones was very late to that game in terms of, I'll just say, ritualistic abuses that we know is happening. So let's just check Twitter again to see how we're supposed to think. So I'm just gonna refresh here. I'm just searching Alex Jones on Twitter. And he is back, folks. It is I mean, this is historic. Let's keep it real here. You know, the fact that he was removed and is now back on is pretty awesome. And right now we don't see much in the way of activity. He is doing a Spaces. Let's listen.
Been desperately. I mean, in fact, I'll post it to X if you want. There's over 100 apologies.
Sure.
That I've given, over 100. In fact, probably 500. Every show I go on, they ask this. I apologized on Joe Rogan's show 5 years ago. I apologized on Patrick Ben-David's show 5 years ago. I mean, these are prominent ones. I apologized on every show, and I'll say it again. I apologized that I just gave my commentary, because I'm really just a guy that a talk radio host. So I do that on the internet. I just take calls and interview guests. And that I played devil's advocate. And if that hurt people's feelings, I apologize. But I did not send people to your houses. I did not pee on graves. I don't know any of the stuff that went on. And then when they had the trials, after I was found guilty, trials on damages, there was never any video of people peeing on graves, any video of people at houses. There was an FBI agent who was there that day at the tragic event in New Haven, Connecticut. It's Sandy, like I said the name. He was there, and he didn't have an FBI vest on, and his gun was pointed the wrong direction, pointed upside down. The internet questioned him. When he got on the stand in Connecticut, my lawyer said, has Mr. Jones ever said your name? No. Has Mr. Jones ever put your picture on the internet? No. Have any of his hosts done it? No. Has InfoWars ever put your picture out or said your name? No. Mm-hmm. What happened to you, sir? One man, he said, called me at my offices, like 7 years ago. This is like 8 years ago now. And asked me if I was really an FBI agent. The jury gave him $94 million that doesn't exist. $94 million that never said his name. So I challenge people to find me say any of their names. I said one guy's name, and I apologized to him on the stand. The thing had probably 100 million views on 5 or 6 different YouTube videos of him smiling and laughing before he walked to the mic. I played the clip one time and said, yeah, that looks like he's an actor. I did not attack him, did not come after him, did not say his child didn't die. And look, I don't want to fight with him, though. I said to them in a deposition, I said, I will chop my pinky finger off with a meat cleaver right now. And I will, if you'll just leave me alone and stop saying I made hundreds of millions of dollars off of you and stop saying I'm attacking you. So
yeah, so there he is there. So what is he really doing in this Hangouts? He's appealing back to and paying reparations for things he's said in the past. We know about the, mass casualty event that Alex Jones rightly years ago did raise some interesting points about. And so now Alex Jones is being let back in with open arms into the mainstream. And the age-old adage, Alex Jones was right, well, he has been right about a lot of things. And so that's what I think is really happening now, right? And Tucker, if you watch the interview, Tucker is very much just kind of placating to that, right? Tucker fancies himself as just a normal, everyday guy. Folks, he's not. He has a background in intelligence agencies. I like Tucker and I like some of the things he says, but guys, these aren't the champions of truth. These are not the champions of freedom, right? These are limited hangouts. And so just once again, I'm going to go through this concept. And every time you hear somebody leaking something that is getting bumped in the algorithms, once again, the concept, a limited hangout or partial hangout is a tactic used in media relations, perception management, politics, information management. The tactic originated as a technique in the espionage trade. According to Victor Marchetti, a former special assistant to the deputy director of the Central Intelligence Agency. A limited hangout is a spy jargon for a favorite and frequently used gimmick of the clandestine professionals, where their veil of secrecy is shredded and they can no longer rely on phony cover story to misinform the public. They resort to admitting, sometimes even volunteering, some of the truth while still managing to withhold the key and damaging facts in a case. The public, however, is usually so intrigued by the new information that it never thinks to pursue the matter further. While used by the CIA and other intelligence organizations, the tactic has become popularized in the corporate and political spheres. Nice. Yeah, we're getting some people in the chat here. So we got RJ Groot, quiet in the chat. I'm here practicing guitar. Nice, man. I hope the practicing is going well. He likes what I'm doing. Longtime fan of AJ too. Yeah, for sure. That's the thing, right? In the mainstream, they will never give an inch, right? They never tell us what we obviously all know is the truth. So that creates this huge void or gap where people like Alex Jones can fill, right? And so it's hard to really say. Like, I don't want to throw Alex Jones totally under the bus, or any of these guys, because they still are speaking truths that I'm not speaking. I don't have the audience, right? They're speaking it to millions of people and getting the word out, but it's always a day late and $1 short, right? And so the more you start to see what's going on, it's like, well, what are these people actually doing? For the most part, they're getting you super scared all the time, right? Whenever I was listening to Alex Jones, you just get totally terrified that at any moment, the crash is going to come, the UN's going to come, all of this stuff, right? And what are the solutions? The solutions are to buy boner pills or, give money to Trump or, all of these things, right? Guys, the solution for us is to actually just turn off the control devices, the computer screens, to love your families, to build strong communities, to grow your own food. And yes, get active in politics if that's what you want, sure. But in several of my previous solo podcasts, I've made the case, how has politics ever solved a serious problem, especially here in Canada? So, I just refuse to give any of my energy to these systems anymore. And instead, I'm doing awesome stuff with my lady. We've developed a little program. We are now feeding 5 families for free. And it's just this little side project we've been doing. We're growing animals with family and friends to feed ourselves and others, becoming independent and self-sufficient. But, if you buy Brain Force, that's really fueling the resistance against the globalists. So, yeah, just something to really think about there. And so, we got Laura Massoud. Alex Jones lied about his age. So clear he is way older than he says. I didn't know about that. There is a conspiracy about the real Alex Jones, and then the Bill Hicks died. Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't think so. Alex Jones. The first Alex Jones was a younger, attractive, balanced man. The new one was older, fatter, unhinged. It's hard to find the earliest video with Alex Jones, but they exist. Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, I think she's getting into the whole cloning thing, and I don't know. I haven't gotten too deep down that rabbit hole yet with the clones and replacements. I could see Alex Jones. I mean, think about it. The guy rants for 5 hours a day, screaming the top of his lungs about evil globalists. That can be pretty hazardous to your health, Laura. So I wouldn't be surprised either way. I think it's more likely that he's just, been degenerated. And, in the conspiracy world, we often think in black and whites, and we think that everything is super controlled top down. I don't necessarily think that's true for Alex. I do suspect that he is tied into intelligence agencies, though. He's actually said that several times, that he has a lot of friends high up, that his family was high up, and that's how he woke up at a young age. But yeah, I don't think he's a clone necessarily, but who knows? You know, if guys, if you know more about that whole clone thing, I'd be interested to see. But yeah, so let's go back to Twitter here. Let's see what's going on. So we got the Hodge twins giving the shout out. Twitter 1.0 calling for the lying media to their face. We need more of this. Oh yeah, this was pretty funny. Oh yeah, can we play this? I don't know if the stream's gonna get taken down.
Oh my God. Look at this right here. The guy that goes around policing and calling for censorship and then claims that Trump's wrong, there's no censorship of conservatives or patriots. You are incredibly shameful.
How are you doing, Alex?
You're just look at you. You are literally an anti-American, anti-free speech coward. You're going to go down the history books at the Criminal News Network. This is one of the main people right here who thinks you have no memory, who sits there and lobbies. Show him. That sits there and lobbies people to take other news off, claiming they're fake when CNN is the fakest WMD, Gulf Arab state dictatorship funded. Unbelievable. I mean, look at those eyes, folks. If you want to see the eyes.
Oh God, he's so entertaining though. Like, you have to give Alex Jones credit. He is just so damn funny, man. You know, and it's true. The people that he exposes, like the Don Lemons and these type of guys, like, these guys are weasels and they are enemies of the people. You know what I mean? But, you know, oh man, like, it's hard to be. I'm not mad at Alex Jones. You know, I just really want people to become aware of the fact that he's not really your friend. He's not really owning the globalists. You know, he's entertainment, right? And he says some good things, but guys, he's not the end all be all. He's not really going to bring you through the deep state or fight the deep state. And the it's in the pudding. You know, he's been saying the same stuff for 23 years or more. And where has that gotten us? You know, it hasn't gotten any better. You know, think of the hundreds of millions of dollars that have flown through InfoWars over these decades. You know, I don't think he's a multi-billionaire like the stupid lawsuits say, but, you know, where has that money gone? You know, what has really been done? Not that much, you know, and that is the key of the limited hangout, right? So the limited hangout, it satisfies the need in the public for somebody to acknowledge that something is happening, right? Then it releases that release valve, right, of people building up to the point where they might actually, heaven forbid, take some grassroots activism or take control over their own lives. And then it pours our energy into these people, right? Like Tucker's, like Alex Jones, who get all the attention. The people who are breaking these stories in its entirety at the beginning, whose lives are often ruined, they never get the credit or the shout out, right? But the people at the top, the Alex Joneses, the Tucker Carlsons, they're the ones who get all the credit and attention. Yeah. Repost if you think Elon Musk is a rock star for letting Alex Jones back. And so this is how it happened, right? We have Elon Musk hosting a vote, Vox Populi, Vox Day. It's predictable. I predicted this 4 days ago. As soon as Tucker was having Alex Jones on, I said Alex Jones is going to be back on Twitter. And guys, you can see this happens all the time. So Tucker is kind of the final boss in terms of like the gatekeeping or limited hangout paradigm. Once Tucker says it, guys, it's been it's been there in the mainstream for a year or two now, right? Like, people are going crazy because Tucker Carlson is talking about the Nephilim, and, Paul from Understanding Conspiracy, that guy's been talking about the Nephilim for, I think, 7 years now, right? And so, but when Tucker Carlson comes out and says, hey, the Nephilim, could it be? Everybody loses their mind, right? And so, yeah, Elon Musk had this vote. Now it is official. We have Alex Jones back. Guys, the deep state has been owned. The Great Awakening is here. And our boy, Dom Lucra, really cool guy, actually. You should check him out. I reached out to him to try to get him on the podcast. He's going to be on Alex Jones. Alex Jones submits 1 million followers. Yeah. Fauci is a hero. Alex Jones is a zero. Well, yeah. Fauci's definitely a zero. Oh, okay. So now here we go, right? We need an enemy. We have Media Matters. Now let's hear what they're saying.
It's very concerning that today Elon Musk reinstated the account of Alex Jones, who's known for spreading dangerous conspiracy theories, such as the unfounded claim about frogs turning homosexual due to being.
Oh, that's a parody.
I'm sorry. Where's the lie about that? Let's use one of his claims that was an actual lie. Okay, let's do this. Alex Jones is of course known for spreading some of the most dangerous conspiracy theories, such as the claim that NSA spied on the American people. That was actually true. He talked about that before Snowden. You have one fucking job. Find one claim from Alex Jones that did not turn out to be true, such as his lies about human-animal hybrids. Damn it, that one turned out to be...
Come on, Howard.
Is that Alex?
Come on.
Oh, yo.
Fuck
chill,
you.
Alex.
Come on over.
Get the guards. Get the guards.
It's time to break.
Well, that's pretty funny, actually. And, okay, well, that's the thing. On the major issues, Alex Jones has been right, but he's also been wrong about a lot of things. For example, 9/11. He said the entire thing was just done by Saudi Arabia. He says that China alone owns all of Hollywood. Yeah, I won't go too deep in there. But what else we got here? Massive liberals are claiming they will leave X. Right now, here's the other side. Right, here's the left that we're trying to own. Right, just a couple of guys driving on their boats. Alex Jones is back.
I like women with big, giant tits and big asses.
He's crazy. He is funny, though. Oh, my God. So let's check the chats here. Yeah, Laura Masood. Alex Jones and Trump make the world show more entertaining. Absolutely. And I think that's part of his function. And it's not like all bad. You can't worship these people, right? He's not going to give you the breaking information. He's not going to lead a revolution against the quote globalists. It's like a comic book fable. And, as long as people know that and engage with his content that way, like there's no problems. It's just, it comes back to an episode I did on cults, in that, check it out on my channels, basically saying that like something about humans, we always get into cult-like dynamics. And Sol Luckman, a guy I interviewed recently and I'm interviewing this upcoming week, really talks about this dynamic, right? Where we're almost incapable as humans to not put people on these pedestals of worship and fawning. It's sad, but true. Yep, so we got the left this type of stuff. People are threatening to leave the platform when Elon Musk reinstates Alex Jones. What do you have to say to them? Well, obviously, guys, what are we supposed to say? Screw them, Yeah. Oh, this guy, what is he saying? If conservatives don't like plastic bags, they bring a bin or their own bags. If a liberal doesn't like plastic bags, they want all plastic bags banned. Yeah, this is, again, the left-right, right? They want to trap us into the left and the right. Guys, so the left during the Iraq War was on point. Back then, the left used to be cool. I remember Stephen Colbert being pretty cool. The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, they were calling out a lot of the power structures. The left used to be, very skeptical of pharma, anti-war. The ACLU used to protect the KKK from marching. They used to say, they have a right to march. And so we've seen this total inversion in the left and the right. And that's, I think, by design, for us to just be trapped in these pendulums and polarities of the left being now the evil ones and the right, being the pro-human. I see a lot of posts talking about like how the left in America is, the satanic element of humanity, But I mean, guys, the Republicans aren't doing anything else, right? Politics is a total joke. This is just plays. This is just theater, Enjoy the ride. Just don't take it so seriously, disengage emotionally. Oh yeah, what is this again?
The victory will be an endorsement of a philosophy. I believe in my heart of hearts the victory in 1998 is going to be good for Texas, and that's the most important thing about the campaign.
Shouldn't we abolish the Federal Reserve and the CFR? That's the real reality that none of you will talk about, most of you are members. That's what's destroying this country, Governor. Don't you stand for America, sir? What about the Federal Reserve and the CFR? You people are being lied to. This country's been taken over by Europe, and I'm being drugged out. Laugh at it. It's funny.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Alex Jones, the Federal Reserve. That's one of the more core and central mechanisms of control in the world, right? The fact that the controllers, quote unquote, can print money out of thin air allows them to have godlike status. All these wars, all of this stuff that we're going through now, it largely couldn't exist if we were still on a gold standard or a money based by something, right? So back then, Alex Jones was really calling it for what it is. I haven't heard him really speak about the Federal Reserve since the Ron Paul days, but think about the platform Alex Jones has. Imagine if for a month straight, he just focused on the issue of the Federal Reserve, right? Auditing the Fed and, heaven forbid, trying to promote a new system. Imagine the reach he would have, right? And I think the same for Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson has hundreds of millions of dollars. Imagine what you could do with hundreds of millions of dollars to actually promote freedom, to feed people, to address the issues that these guys make money, talking about, like the southern border. Even in Texas, they're still running in. And if that's something you want to address, Tucker, you have hundreds of millions of dollars. Elon Musk, you have, billions of dollars. Alex Jones, you have who knows how much money, but you have an audience of millions. Like, can't you organize, grassroots peaceful resistance? Like, what if 1 million Americans just stood at that border and said, please go home? What would happen? I think a lot. But instead, the goal is to trap you in a fear state where there's nothing that you can do, guys. This is happening to you. The globalists are invading every facet of your life, right? Here we have, Tucker Carlson is one of the most influential people on the planet. Yeah. David Icke. David Icke has some pretty good takes on it. Of course, Alex Jones is back on Twitter, as I have been writing about here, the poll and waiting for God. Yeah, he called it too. Has all been a game to hijack your perception and that of the mainstream alternative media. Ma'am, you are being had, people, but most will never get that. They will only see what is in front of their eyes. Not that it's being weaved for what they see. Decision was made long ago, and the Carlson interview with Jones was just the calculated prelude to it, 100%. The interview was set up from what was long planned. Musk could have simply done this long ago, but the ritual had been played out to both eulogize Musk, the new man, God, yeah, that's interesting, and put Jones center stage as a symbol of the mainstream alternative media alongside Musk. Carlson, Rogan, Tate, Peterson, Brand, Vladderbeck, and the rest, they may each have useful things to say about some dots, but they stand as a collective blockade to the deep levels of the rabbit hole, within which their dots are mere symptoms, not the cause. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is a really important point, right? So these guys are very good at pointing out, hey, look at this dot, and then, oh, look at this dot over here. But what is the overarching